Hey everybody, Ron from CampFire Grub. I'm out here with my girlfriend Ashley. We are currently getting fuel at the Love's truck stop here in Georgia. We are on our way up to New England, so we're going to go ahead and show a video that's going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. It's going to show our whole trip all the way through, some of the places we go. Not going to be completely food related, more travel related. But we are also going to have a couple individual videos with some different backpacking meals that we try, and some other foods if I do make anything in any of the Airbnbs that we're staying at. There will also be 2 individual videos just showing the 2 really cool Airbnbs that we're going to stay at. So stay tuned and let's see where we go. Don't mind my dirty, nasty windshield, but first stop's Bojangles, probably the best fried chicken
never had
at a chain restaurant. Ashley's never had it.
Never had it.
So her expectations are probably really high. It's probably going to be super greasy and super nasty, but maybe it'll be super yummy. So let's see. We completed our Bojangles experience and we went from Georgia to South Carolina. We're here on I-26 and what a surprise. There is a traffic delay. So Ashley, what's the review on Bojangles?
It's aight.
It's alright. So in case you wondered, Ashley here believes Bojangles is just okay.
Yeah. So sorry about my southern people. I'm originally from New Hampshire.
So there you have it. People in New Hampshire don't like Bojangles. Pretty sad, but I mean, hey, we can't win them all, right?
Yep.
Here along our trip, we actually decided to stay here at the AC Hotel by Marriott in downtown Charlotte. And so far it appears to be a pretty decent hotel. It's different. The styling in here is different than most hotels. Sorry, the bed's a bit of a mess. We threw something down on it earlier. But it kind of has this like European vibe and feel to it. It actually has a rooftop bar and restaurant. So here in a bit, we're going to go ahead and check that out. See how we like it, see how the food is, maybe go see some little sights around Charlotte. And the light switches. Pretty nifty, actually. Kind of different. I would say confusing, not like your standard light switches. But one of the weird style things here is this toilet. It's like an absolute square. Pretty nifty. So fun fact for those of you visiting downtown Charlotte, the parking garages in a full-sized rig is quite a blast of fun. Well, I mean a Tacoma, not quite a full-size rig. Ashley and I are now up here on the roof of this parking garage, and we're about to go see some historic sites and go check them out and see what downtown Charlotte's all about. So you ready to go, Ashley?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's roll. First things first, we found this little sketchy little elevator building.
I'm all about it.
So Ashley's all about the sketchy elevator. Probably full of homeless person piss as Ashley touches the button with her finger. So I've done a lot of trail riding and stuff like that in my life. And this parking lot was some of the gnarliest driving conditions that I've ever done in my Tacoma. So I'm going to have Ashley film that whole process going down. So here's the elevator.
It opened very quickly.
As we step inside, we have this beautiful diamond plate flooring. We have some buttons here. Hopefully we don't get trapped. I mean, it looks like there's like scrape marks here on the wall where it was like someone was trapped in distress and they just
turn right onto West 4th Street, turn right onto South Poplar Street.
Clawed with their fingers at the side in distress. And then there's handprints where they're beating on the elevator door, hoping they'd be saved.
Oh, okay, we made it out.
So we made it out into the lower level. And let's figure out where we need to go to our next destination, or even how to get out of here. Wish us luck.
Hi.
Here we are at our first stop here in downtown Charlotte. I mean, what would a trip with Ron and Ashley be like without an old graveyard? So this graveyard here in downtown Charlotte next to the church here in downtown, actually dates back to 1776 and the 1700s, whenever Charlotte first came into existence. Here's the first little headstone here that we found, and looks like the date of 1851 here at the Settler Cemetery. So we're gonna wander around here for a few minutes, take a walk through the park, and who knows, maybe we'll try to find the oldest gravestone here. Most of these tombstones are either broken or almost illiterate to be able to read. This one here laying on the ground actually appears to be the oldest one that I found so far, of 1845. Ashley, what's the oldest one you found so far?
1840s.
1840s. So, same story here. Maybe we'll find one from the 1700s if it's not broken, destroyed, or illiterate to read. Kind of odd though about how like this is a city maintained graveyard, and sad to say, but so many of the tombstones are broken. This place is a bit more of a dog park. We have found so many people walking dogs, as there's plenty of townhomes and I guess you could say condos nearby. So it looks like this is pretty much like a popular park for locals to just walk their dogs. This one has some pretty cool artwork here on it. Was actually died of disease in service of his country. Definitely pretty good artwork here on this one. Buildings are so tall, it's like going up into the clouds. Pretty crazy. Definitely quite a nice little skyline here in Charlotte. The weather is perfect. Probably about 65 degrees or so out. Not a bad time. So now we're walking back to the parking garage, Basic City, downtown here in Charlotte. Tons and tons of cool looking restaurants and different bars and places to eat. If we're going to be here for any more time, I mean, I definitely feel like there would be tons of awesome restaurants to try out and eat and see how they are. But yeah, I mean, this parking garage is super sketch. Like, what is this like racetrack style freaking turn here that we're about to perform? I mean, there's like bars and supports. It definitely looks like a good time here. So, nifty thing here about the Tacoma. Let me try to find it. I mean, these are some of the pitch and the roll that we're rocking here on this freaking turn here. I mean, like, whoever thought to design a parking garage like this? All right, Ashley, take over the camera.
All right. Hi, guys.
So Ashley's taking the camera now as we go over some of these pitches and rolls here.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I mean, we're literally in the yellow here on the little roll indicator on the Tacoma.
Sorry, guys. Working on my camera skills.
But
This is this lovely parking garage. Very
so if
spacious.
anybody actually knows how old this parking garage is, go ahead and leave a comment down below, because I don't think they built this thing yesterday.
Maybe they did, Ron. Maybe they
Please scan your ticket.
So we just left out of Charlotte and the hotel. We are cruising north now into our next state of Virginia, and these leaves are absolutely beautiful. The farther north we go, the leaves are just getting better and better. Ashley, so what's your opinion of the AC Hotel by Marriott?
Oh, it was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice. Yeah, it was just nice.
It was great, honestly. My first bougie hotel.
First bougie hotel.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
So we're going to continue along here and keep on looking at the leaves. So we just made it up here to our first stop here in the state of Virginia. So we're actually at the Natural Caverns, a little place right here where we go do a little cave tour, go walk around, check out the inside of the cave. Our tour doesn't leave till noon, so that gives us kind of 30 minutes to just stretch our legs, do some more route planning, and decide where we're going to go from here. So here in a few minutes, we'll take you inside the caves and show you what they look like. So hopefully we'll get some good footage in there. And this is actually Ashley's first time in a cave other than Citrus Wildlife Management Area, which if you're into caves, it's not really a cave, but
It's very ghetto.
Smaller than that one called the tricolor bat or the eastern pipistrelle, and it's almost a blonde color. It's very cool. But these are the most common. When they go into hibernation, their heart is barely even beating. They don't have to wake up to eat. They don't have to wake.
be careful, Ashley, don't slip. The water's a little low on the ground. So far we've seen a bat so far inside this cave mine. It's getting darker.
Up by the calcium carbonate minerals, and it starts growing on the outside, getting that classic carrot shape like the ones right up here. And then if these grow enough and get side by side, they'll eventually fuse together and make a big row of formations, like the ones right here next to me. Alright everybody, so this is the deepest point of the tour will actively grow.
Here's some fresh calcium.
Lining from the power comes back on here. I'll give it another second though.
So now we're left the caves. So Ashley, how was the caves?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was $20 a person. Kind of steep priced, but I mean it wasn't bad. It was a neat little tour. So now we're on the side of the road of the Blue Ridge Parkway up here in Virginia. Fun fact about the Blue Ridge Parkway, third gen Tacomas get 10 miles to the gallon trying to drive up this. Along our journey on the Blue Ridge Parkway here, we actually found this trail. It's a four-wheel drive vehicle trail. Found it on Google. The reviews vary everything from I take my stock Subaru here and drive all around and never have a problem, to some lady complaining that her husband and their family went down here in their four-wheel drive Ford Expedition and the roads were so rough, so dangerous. She was like, my husband almost killed my whole family and the government needs to shut this trail down because it's dangerous. So let's take a look and see if it's Subaru friendly or extremely dangerous, needs to be shut down. So it's not too bad of a trail. I mean, it's kind of rocky. There's some muddy spots. Pretty tight trails though. We've encountered a bunch of other vehicles out here and kind of skinny trails, but overall it's not too bad. I mean, Subarus and other stock four-wheel drive seem to come out here. Ashley and I just finished our drive here from the mountains. Now we're down here in Dayton, Virginia. We just arrived at our Airbnb. It was originally built in the 1800s. It's an old inn. There's also a restaurant attached to it. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the building, check out the Airbnb, and see what an 1800s inn looks like. So we went ahead and entered our Lincoln room here. So this is a view of what it looks like. Kind of spooky, actually, to be honest with you. It's got this nice little wooden rocking chair. It's got some pictures and a variety of interesting artwork. And then it's also got some Amish farmer pictures. Creepy chandelier. It actually doesn't have its own bathroom, I guess, but when you come along here, super interesting sitting room. So it comes with this nice little sitting room, a fireplace, coffee Keurig, more rocking chairs, squeaky floors. Some more cow artwork. A cute little Ashley. And then we've got the bathroom down here. Nice little bathroom. Not too bad. Cool vintage sink. So let's take it downstairs. Definitely can tell it's an older home. And then it's got this nice little sitting room, little breakfast area. And there you have it, that's the inside. Super quiet little town here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of activity. There were some tractors that drove through earlier. It seems pretty quiet. Here's another little view here of the outside of this 1818 building. Nice little garden. There's allegedly a little restaurant down in there. We might try it out for dinner. I'm not sure. We kind of had a bit of a late lunch, so that might honestly be the only meal that we eat today. So what do you think so far, Ashley? Huh?
It's fine.
It's fine. So it's fine. So that's good. I'm glad it's fine. So here's a bit more of the look of the downtown. So I mean, we've got a variety of old buildings. We've got a little old church here.
Cute.
And then we have the Dayton Tavern down there that is actually owned by the same people as the restaurant we're staying in. So we're gonna go walk past that. So one of my biggest fears with staying at random Airbnbs in small towns is just the real question that everybody has. Are you safe staying there? Is the town safe? Personally, I think Ashley and I are extremely safe staying here because this town is guarded by a cannon. They have a whole cannon here in the middle of the town. So Ashley, do you feel safe that this town has a cannon?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. So we're safe. There's a cannon. Don't worry, we should be okay. As we continue along our journey, what's a journey without stopping and grabbing some Tim Hortons if you can find it? So we made it up to Connecticut, and what would a Connecticut experience be like other than a traffic delay? So let's hang out in traffic as we fight our way up to Boston. There's no traffic there, so we should be good to go. We just made it up to Boston, and we're gonna spend the night here at the Four Points. But crazy side note here, so normally I try to drive like pretty considerately, don't zoom 400 miles an hour, cut people off, hold it to the floor, rev the truck out, because I'm real concerned about gas mileage. But driving through Boston, New Hampshire, or not New Hampshire, but driving through Boston, Connecticut, and all these other northern states, driving this truck like I stole it, flying around, 70, 80 miles an hour. Got 18 miles to the gallon, so that's pretty impressive. Wish this truck always got 18 miles to the gallon. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a huge food person. So we just pulled off the highway and we found this Otto's Pizza here in Maine. And check out this bacon, pineapple, honey pizza. Thin crust, I took a bite. I found it really good. Ashley, what's your opinion of it? You like it? Okay, Ashley likes it, so that's positive. They also have fresh lemonade too, and that was pretty good here in Maine. So we've almost made it to our Airbnb. In my next video, I'm actually going to show a more detailed video of just the Airbnb and a full walk around and more or less a review of the Airbnb. But for continuing this video, you're going to see little bits and pieces of the Airbnb, but not an actual like full walk around tour. Probably next week's video will be that full walk around tour. Ashley, pretty excited about the Airbnb?
I haven't seen it.
Hasn't seen it. It was her birthday. She has no idea anything about the Airbnb, but it's down this long dirt road out here in the middle of the woods in Maine, kind of right in between Bar Harbor and Bangor, so pretty remote part of the state. Should be a lot of fun. Definitely a different type of experience. We'll call it an experience at this point. Good morning. So we just finished off our first night stay here in our Airbnb you see back there behind me. Next week's video will actually be a full in-depth review on this particular Airbnb and showing off some of the great features that was included with it. But right now we're going to go ahead and go explore Acadia National Park and Bar Harbor, which is 45-ish minutes away from us. So, but still it'll be a pretty nice drive. Maybe find a little diner along the way and grab some breakfast.
Chilling in a car. It's fine. Don't mind me. Just look at Rob.
So here we are. We just made it to our first real fun stop here in Maine. So we just arrived at Acadia National Park. So we're going to go ahead and do the park loop road around and check it out and see how it is. Hopefully everything's not all closed up. Our first stop here in Acadia, we just pulled off next to this beautiful little lake out here. And I'm going to try to zoom in on it to try to see if we can see it. But there's actually a beaver dam across the lake. I can't quite tell if there's any beavers or not, but yeah, we got a little beaver mound over there. They're just out there living their best lives. So little do most people know. There's actually beaches other places in Florida. So we're out here at this beach here in Acadia. Ashley's down there by the water. It's November 1st. It's about 60 degrees outside, so I think it's too cold for swimming, unfortunately, but definitely a cool sight to see some beaches with rocks on it, because that's pretty rare for Florida. Discovered Ashley down here by the water, checking out the rocks down here on the beach.
When am I never checking out rocks?
Always checking out rocks. There's also a plethora of seaweed down here. It's pretty slimy. There's all kinds of little shells and little animals and buggies inside. Ashley saw something. I don't know what she saw, but she's on the way to something. Oh, a seagull! It's actually a pretty fat seagull. Living its best life right there, I see. You know, seagull, there's like warmer places you can go fly and live. Our seagull buddy seems to be pretty friendly. I mean, we've been right here hanging out with him, climbing all over the rocks and such, and he's just super content with life right here. Super chill, super seagull-y. He's just living his best life looking around. You might think we're about to We just pulled off the roadway here, and now we're down here at this little thunder hole here, where the ocean actually comes in through the rocks, slams in to the rock faces, and creates like a thunder sound. You can actually hear it from the parking lot. Just a quick walk down some staircases. And here's a little bit of a view here of it from up here. We're going to go ahead and get down a little closer, and hopefully the mic can actually pick up the sound that it's making. Alright, we made it down here with a slightly better view. So as the water rushes in, it's going to go into this little rock cave, and it's going to make a thunder-like sound. Perfect. A beach with no sand, because who wants to be all covered in sand at the beach?
Not me. I like my rock.
Made it up to the top of Cadillac Mountain, so there's like a little walking path around, so we're going to go ahead and walk around that. Hey look, it's Christmas trees. So behind us is the Atlantic Ocean and a variety of other little inlets and stuff up here in Maine next to the water. So Ashley, how do you like the hike and the mountains and all of that?
The view's pretty.
The view's pretty. But it's not bad up here. Definitely worth the quick little drive.
Don't do it if you're afraid of heights.
Don't do it if you're afraid of heights, but yeah, who's scared of heights?
Me. What?
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed our trip from Florida up to Maine as much as we did. And this Airbnb was definitely pretty awesome. So stay tuned for a full review video on this Dome Airbnb up here in Maine. Our next stop is going to be New Hampshire. We're going to go ahead and check out the White Mountains. So